Harry lay in his dark cupboard much later, wishing he had a watch. He didn't know what time it was, and he couldn't be sure the Dulles was asleep yet. Until they were, he couldn't risk sneaking to the kitchen for some food. He lived with Dulles almost 10 years, 10 miserable years, as long as he could remember, even since he been a baby and his precious that he had died at that crash. He could remember bringing in the car when his parents had died. Sometimes, when he scratched his memory during long hours in his cupboard, she comes with a strange vision, a blinding flash of green light and a burning flame of his forehead. This, he supports, was a crash, and he couldn't imagine where all the green light came from. He couldn't remember his present at all. His aunt and uncle never spoke about them, and of course he was reluctant to ask questions. There were no photographs of them in the house. He had been younger. Harry had dreams and dreams of some unknown relations come to take him away, but it has never happened. The Dulles was his only family. Yet sometimes he thought, or maybe hopes, that strangers in the streets seemed to know him. Very strange strangers there were, too, a tiny man, its Aunt Prettina and Dulles. After asking Harry Francis if he knew the men, Aunt Prettina had rushed them out of the shop without buying anything. A wild-looking old man dressed all in a green long purple coat had actually shaken his hands in the streets, and the thing about this paper was the way their looking streams and winters the second Harry tried to have a closer look. At school, Harry had no one. Everybody knew that Harry gangs had that. Although Harry Potter in the biggest old clothes and broken eyes. Nobody likes to agree with Julie gang. The letter for no one. The escape from Brazilians, Boba's corridor learns Harry his longer events punishment. But the time he was alone out of his cupboard again. The summer holiday had started and Dulles had already broken his new night camera, crashed his remote control aeroplane, and the first time on his racing bike, unknown down on Mr. Flint, and he crossed private death on his crutch. Harry was glad school was over, but there was no escape to legends, who had visited the house every single day. Pierce, Dennis, McCloy, and Gordon was big and stupid, but as Dulles was the bigger and stupid of the lot. He was the leader. The rest of them they were quite happy to join Dulles' favorite sport, Harry hunting. This is why Harry spent as much time as possible out of the house, wandering around and thinking about the end of holiday, where he could see a tiny red tops. When September came, he could be going off the secondary school ends. To the first time in his life, he couldn't be with Dulles. Dulles had a place at Uncle Window Old School. Smarties, Pierce, Drokers were going here too. Harry and the other hands were going to the Stonewall High. The local prisoners, Dulles thought it was very funny. The truth people hands now of the toilet first day and store well. He told Harry, "Want to come upstairs and practice?" "No, Stan," said Harry. "The posh toilet has never had anything as horrible of your head down. It might be sticks." Then he ran before Dulles could work out what he did say. One day in January, Auntie Spritina took Dulles to London to buy some 6 minutes uniform, leaving Harry and Mr. Figgis. Mr. Figgis wasn't as bad as usual. He turned out his broken legs tripping over once the cats, and he didn't seem quite as fond of them as before. She let Harry watch television and give me a bit of chocolate cake that tastes us through his head for several years. That evening, Dula practiced around the living room from the family in its new band's uniform. Smelling's voice was monotone tailcoats, orange sticker sponsors, and flag hats called Booster. They also carries notable stickers, used for hitting each other whilst the teacher weren't looking. It was supposed to go good training for other later life. As he looks at Dula in his new sticker bomb skirt, Uncle Vinon said gladly that it was the proudest moment in his life. Aunt Petina burst into tears and said he wouldn't believe it was her uncle's Dula's kid. He looked so handsome and grown up. Harry didn't trust him to speak. He threw 2 or 3 risks might be Harry already have tracked from trying not to laugh. It was a horrible smell in the kitchen next morning when Harry went for breakfast. It seemed to become a large metal tube in the sink. He went for a look. The tubes were full of what he stinks. What is this? He asked Aunt Petina. He tripped together as there was always this they dare to ask a question. Your new school uniform, he said. Harry looked at the ball again. Oh, he said, I didn't realize it has been so wet. Don't be stupid, snapped Aunt Petina. You're drinking some for some Dula's old thing, great for you. It looks just to everyone else when we are finished. Harry seriously stamps it, but through it's best not to argue. He sat out at a table and tried not to think about what he's going to look for Sunday in Stonewall High. Was it like very little bit old elephant skin? Probably. Dora and Uncle Venon's come in, both of stinking nose because of the smell of Harry's new uniform. Uncle Venon opens his newspaper as Nudras and Dula's breaks his melting stick. He carry everywhere on the table. They hear the click of the letterbox of the doubler of the letter of the doorman. Get the post, Dulles, asked Uncle Venon from behind. Makes Harry get it. Get the post, Harry. Makes Dula get it. Pause him with smelling Dixie Dulles. Harry dogs and the smelting sticks and went to the post. 3 things lay at the doormats. A postcard for Uncle Renault, Sister Megan, and whose holidays on the wheel. A brown silver celeste bit. A letter for Harry. Harry picked it and started at it. His wings twinkled like a giant lazy banks. No one's ever in his life have written to him. What would? He was no friend, no other relatives. He didn't belong to the library. He did never go to the road notes asking for book back. Yet here it was a letter addressed so plainly they were called Mr. Potter, the great boss under the sky. Little winging journey. An elephant was thin and heavy, mix of yellow which plumage, and the address had retitled emerald green ink. There was no stamp. Turning the envelope over, his aunt's terrible. Harry saw a paper was stealing burning of the coat of arms, a lion, an eagle, and bandaged and snake soaring a harsh leather edge. Hurry out, boy, shouted Uncle Venom from the kitchen. What are you doing? Checking for letter bombs? He chuckled from the own joke. Harry went back to the kitchen, still starting at his letter. He handed Uncle Venom's a bit and the postcard, sat down and slowly began to open the yellow envelopes. Uncle Venom drapes in the bits, slowly and adjusts slips of this postcard. Mr. Ailes, he preferred Aunt Petina. Ain't a funny witch. Dad, said Dula suddenly, that Harry got something. Harry was on the point of unfolding his letter, which is writing some Harry's whispered hundreds of elements. Whence it was Jack's shapeless out of the hand by Hank Venom. "That's mine," said Harry, trying to snatch it back. "Who'll be writing for you?" snitched Uncle Venom, shaking the letter open one hand and glancing at it. His face went from